In this video, we're going to explore a cool new tool called Amazon Q. It's a generative AI assistant to do vibe coding. And what we're gonna build is uh, we're gonna build a data analyzer for our TLC, NYC TLC trip record data. It's a pretty classic data set. So all of the data set, they come in years, and then you can see on the information bar here, it's a Parquet file, and we're just gonna go ahead and tell Amazon Q what to do. Let's take a look. So installation is quite easy. Under macOS, it's just brew install and log in, and you'll have this nice little Q chat interface, Amazon Q here. First thing we're gonna do is probably accept all, so because we don't want to keep on pressing grant accept for each of the commands it's gonna do. I have this empty folder here that has nothing in it, and I plan on using Amazon Q to just create everything for me. Let's take a look. I have created this prompt here to tell Amazon Q what exactly to do. So I'm going to say, you're a data analyst, create a Python package, please. Explore this data set, explore and analyze. Data set, I've given it a placeholder or like a sample URL. Hopefully, it'll know that it'll know this is just a sample data set, and it's able to grab all the available data sets uh, by demand or just by default across the years. And then we're gonna tell it we're gonna use Polars and Pydantic. One is data processor, and one is the data validator. And virtual environment, very important. I'm using UV. You can use anything. I just want to test it out if UV is if it's able to handle UV. And yeah, I've got some further instructions of yeah, you need to take in years, months as argument to select the range of TLC datasets to use. Hopefully that'll give us a little bit of clearance. Let's just copy this and then paste it here. These probably shouldn't don't matter, so I'm just gonna go ahead and let's do its job here. Let's see. Zoom it in slightly or not. It's a little bit too big. All right. Okay. Let's take a look. What is it doing? It's trying to see what's in here. That's great. And making a directory. Yeah, because I told it to create a Python package, so we just create an actual Python package compatible directory structure here. So, yep, doing pretty good. It's using UV, that's good. And it knows I'm under fish shell. And installing a bunch of packages. Interesting. Pydantic and Polars is what we use. And creating the Py project. That's good. I didn't tell it to do that, and it knows. That's great. README file is there. Let's see. init.py, models.py. What is this file? I'm assuming, yeah, models.py. I have trip data, trip stats. So Amazon Q, I believe it's using Sonnet 3.7 on the back end, and it can write tools on the fly, write tools and call tools on the fly, so that's pretty good. So huh, the highlighting is off here. I don't think that's a problem. Yeah, I don't think that's a problem. Um, so as I was saying, Amazon Q is using Claude 3.7 Sonnet, can write tools on runtime and then execute tools on runtime. And I've been experimenting with Amazon Q before, and uh, I would say it's pretty impressive what it can do. Um, Before I was also introduced to like raw code, which is the IDE integrated in VS Code. It's plugin, of course, and then we can just use any chat API. Let's see here, what kind of API can we use? VS Code LM, we can use Copilot with this, and then we got a bunch of other APIs that we can use. It's pretty robust, but there's like a context window limit, and then you need to be cautious not to hit that window limit. And and the fact is, it's integrated to VS Code means that you can't just run it in the command line. And it Amazon Q has this like nice little command line interface, and it gives you like good diffs, pretty good, pretty decent good diffs. Though I could appreciate a little bit more syntax highlighting and more robust syntax highlighting. See, this one has it, that one didn't, and this one breaks in some at some point. Don't know what broke it. That's fine. Um, yeah, back to what I was saying. So I tried it before, and I didn't tell it to create a Python package. And I told it, oh, I have a data set. Please analyze it and explore it and analyze it for me. Thank you. And then it created these scripts, which is like what normal data scientists would do, like Python scripts. And it actually created some Jupyter notebooks, though it's unable to execute those Jupyter notebooks. Well, I'm not sure if I can prompt it to, and uh, and also when I was executing, let's just take a look at this since it's done here. Okay, it's got some API that we can use, and looks like we have a command line interface as well. That's great. Okay, it takes in year and months. That's good. That's good. Now, this whole video was all about vibe coding, so I'm not going to use my terminal at all. Like, I'm not gonna create an additional terminal. I'm just gonna tell Amazon Q to do everything. And so let's just say, good. Execute execute some sample code to test it out. To code to test it out. Test out your package. All right. Let's see what happens. It's going to, yes, it's sourcing the correct, well, not maybe not exactly correct. Well, well, it's able to execute though perfectly. I was using bash, fish shell, but it could be just using bash shell. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not sure. Uh, okay. Let's see. While it's doing its job, let's just take a look at the brief list of what I wanted to do. So I wanted to create this nice little package for people to use as a sample project, and also I want to explore some more advanced usage here. I wanted to create a MCP tool. Oh, interesting. OSTR, string. I wonder what this is about. When updating CLI/PY, it fails. It's trying to read again. That's good. It's trying to correct itself. Okay, this index out of range. That's a classic error. It's trying to fix it. Looks like, yeah, huh. Okay, so it's trying to catch the errors and trying to write its own error catching logic here. That's good. That's pretty good. Hopefully you track the errors. Cannot import from analyzer. Import error. So, nah, let's just get back here. I wanted to create an MCP tool, which is a tool chain for LLMs to do function calls, tool calling. So Cloud Desktop, I have it locally installed, and Cloud Desktop has a tool call function where you can basically just write some Python code, and uh, then your Cloud Desktop, when you say natural language stuff, it's able to execute the tools according to what you prompted to do. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good advanced usage of our package here. And let's see, what do we have here? This index out of range. Still in this index out of range. Hmm. It's trying to correct the import structure. So yeah, while I said that I tested Amazon Q before, and from my previous testing, it looks like it has some problems sometimes with this kind of issue here. So it doesn't know where to import from. So I'm guessing a general idea of how the structure is not always like in memory in a sense. Okay, we have test results. What kind of stuff have we tested? We downloaded the data for the one data set, one testing data set. That's great. And we have some output here. Clear output in this, in this, in this, in this. During testing, found problems, empty data frame, import issues. Good, good, good. Results equals analyze. Now, this is probably what we would want if we execute it straight up from command line. Expect the output, so we can just direct that output, channel that output to a file. Pretty great. And let's tell Amazon Q to execute further, saying I'd like a feature to export export results to an ex to dot output to an output folder of desire. Let's instruct Amazon Q to do that, and then let's see if it'll do it. We got CLI on Python API. We haven't actually tried Python API though. We should probably add that to the next to-do list. Looks like it's dumping JSON format. That's good. Now MCP2 is kind of a new thing here. MCP documentation, this is by Cloud MCP. I was hoping it'll give me uh, this JSON structure as in the cloud configuration, and then this is the tool name. This is what kind of the command, which in our case probably Python. And then arguments, we're going to host a server using an MCP tool, and using our MCP toolkit, and then that server is going to provide us with all the Python package, not we all the methods in our Python package. Hopefully, it'll be able to do this, and then at the end of the day, I can just test uh, in cloud saying that, oh, what is the average, like any kind of natural language query, like what is the average travel time for NYC in year 2023, and then Cloud will be able to invoke the tool, invoke our little package here that Amazon Q generated, and then just call that appropriate method. Let's see. It's trying to handle errors again. Even have tracebacks here. pretty good. Um, so creating a package might not be the typical workflow for data scientist. A typical workflow for data science is more like creating scripts and then writing Jupyter notebooks, then creating like output statistics, visualizations and such. So this why the point why I'm creating a Python package is more like I want to test out if MCP can actually work. But from my testing previously, the if I'm just telling it to write some scripts and then write a Jupyter notebook, it's able to do that and it's able to generate some very cool visualizations as well. Like I have some bar plots and then I had some line plots. They're pretty good. Let's see here. We have a sample here. Is it in exports? I'm assuming yeah. Export dir is in exports. Yeah. So the fact that they actually try to execute it, it's pretty good. We have the timestamp on here. We have stats, generated time, data, total trips, payment type distribution, good. Analysis, let's see here. Trip routes, it's all day JSON parsable. Hourly distribution. We like this. Yeah, really like that kind of format. Top routes, that's good. So looks like the visualization is sorry. Looks like the output also works. That's pretty neat. And let's just say move on to some more advanced users. See if it has the knowledge to create an MCP tool for large language model to utilize this package. I'm telling it to create for cloud desktop. I don't know if it has that in memory. We'll just have to see. Now Amazon Q has this code completion thing on a various of terminal emulators. In VS Code terminal emulator, it works out of the box once you install Amazon Q. It's pretty good. I see a little pop-up window saying available commands. And I'm using Ghosty, and Ghosty you need to probably install something, so it doesn't have this. You need to install some shell integrations, and Alacrity also. And what other items to come by default, I believe. Pretty nice. Though, what is it? Shell, I believe an inline completion, more like inline completion is supported only on Z shell. So I'm using fish shell so I can experience that. Inline completion is more like a warp terminal kind of thing, like AI autocomplete your terminal commands. I don't really like it. So let's see what we have here. Open Cloud Desktop, settings tools, add to MCP server. Yeah, so this is the thing that I was worried about. So if let's take a look, uh, cloud, let's see here. If we go to our settings in cloud, we actually don't have that advanced settings. We can edit config, and let's open up a new shell here. Come on, there we go. And this config file is what I expect from like judging from the documentation here. This is what I expect. I tested out and it actually works. However, it's not this like add tool select NCP server. I'm not sure if it's a previous build of Cloud Desktop that still had that kind of feature, but absolutely not this build, which I think should be pretty up to date. Let's just take a look. Brew outdated. Let's grab Cloud. I don't think it's outdated yet. No, no, it's not. So yeah, so that's a problem here. Okay, is it still running? Huh. Okay, so it's trying to do some containerized stuff as well. That's good that it has that because it's a daemon. Like the MCP server is designed to be like a service, a daemon, always run on the background so that the large language models can just invoke it. And Docker, it's very reasonable. Yeah, I would do it too. Now let's see what's going on here. I do not have Docker client installed though on my macOS, and I kinda don't want it to install Docker for me. Hmm. We might need to shut it down at some point, but that's okay. Let's see here. So this is a go. However, writing MCP tools are not as expected. Hmm. Okay, I think I'm going to shut it down now. So Amazon Amazon Q Dev is really good. Like I really like the client tool here. Just type Q chat and then you're able to interact with it. That basically means you can just develop anywhere, whether it be local or on a server. Any IDE will likely be compatible as well. So it's just not the yeah dividing up the work. Sorry, dividing up the work is something that it would do when the generated tool chain is a little bit too took a little bit too long, maybe, or just like impossible to execute. So it'll just divide the whole tool into subs into like sub tool sub task. So it tries to do it again. Anyways, um, back to my conclusion here. So Amazon Q client, really good command line tool to automate the entire process. I find it much more appealing than the rule code that I experienced before. They are functionally the same. Rule code is able to invoke different APIs including Amazon Bedrock, and have a bunch of other features. However, the integration with VS Code is a thing that I'm not very comfortable with because VS Code is not my main IDE. I use NeoVim usually, and yeah, it's able to generate some good code and able to debug itself and able to run tests that I really liked. Generate these nice formats as well. But well, as the inherent problem with large language models is just that it doesn't have sometimes the latest information, as for example MCP protocol here. know that what to respond when I'm trying to build something that's kind of like new. However, Polar and Pydantic, Polars and Pydantic is also quite new in the game, so they're able to execute these two with no problem. And that is something that I really liked. She's still trying to add tools from MCP server. And then let's take a look. NYC TLC MCP actually. MCP server, NYC TLC MCP. Is it actually doing the... Yeah, I don't think this format is correct either. I don't think this server is a correct format either, so yeah. So yeah, so that's a little shortcoming of like maybe not Amazon Q, just the large language models in general. Okay, so that concludes this video.